Yo, what is good? My anime faithful, what is good, yo? So, circus, man. I feel like they listened to me when I was watching my old episodes, and they're like, "Oh, he likes that guy? Okay, yeah, let's definitely do something with that character again to make him hate that guy." And I kind of hate the guy now. They succeeded in their job. The person that I truly was digging and liked his personality and even kind of the fact that he was different than the others. But we come to find out that Mr. Faceless himself, the commander, the dopest guy on the squad of silver haired people, is not only one of the dope people that were there in that battle, but seemingly one of the only people who we really didn't want to meet. And somehow this show has definitely just pulled a rug under me like 7 times, guys. Just like how this guy, just like Yugi freaking dodging all of those attacks all those times just then. It just kept doing it. I don't understand how it can do it and still make me believe in the show that it has a chance for good things to happen, but I'm still here hoping that that will happen. But at the end of the day, guys, my lord, this episode was rough to watch. They definitely know how to make a show feel hopeless, feel like you don't know if there could be ever anything um, positive coming out of this. You know what I mean? It's just rough, guys. But I love that aspect of it. There's not a lot of shows that go to this extent to really care to show you these outcomes for characters. I think there's actual like a term for it. It's just something along the lines of oversaturating the audience with too much sadness. Like anything could be oversaturated, like too much gore, too much death, too much pain, too much loss, too much sorrow. All these things are what his category is for that. And I think that there's another good thing that they added in here that people were talking about or that I've heard about, and it's just the fact that Faceless, or the commander, he seemed more or less like just a good guy. Like he just seemed like a good guy who was just there in the background, and then he died saving one of the main characters. But come to find out, with how powerful the stuff that they drink is, it was pretty clear to me that they were going to play this role of, allowing them to continuously have these these miraculous events happen. In the case in being putting his hair and melting it with the soft stone, pretty much. He then lets a dog drink it, and that dog is intelligent enough to make someone else drink a cup that's filled with him after he melts himself. So then he pretty much melts all of his memories, all of his being, everything into that into the next person that's gonna drink them. He ends up drinking them. He becomes that person very quickly, within, like, I want to say maybe a week or a day. So that's an instant way for the memories to work, which I think it's very weird that um, the guy who pretty much became he went, like, he became Dean, he became all these people, right? But at the end of the day, he still became the right people in the sense of where he needed to be placed to get all of this information, to be able to get additional ways to attack, in the sense of he is straight up, doesn't know anything about like why there's silver hair and stuff like that until he really notices on his journey from France that his hair turned silver, that, all these different things were happening to him as well. So it was just like a weird transformation state instead of being a weird, like going around the world and trying to save people. It became more of a travel for any type of hope for him, compared to the other guy. And I think that's the cool reason why I like the parallels. Like, the brothers said he gave everything away for her, but at the same time, both brothers did that, So it's just this sad story of no one wins, and like the kid was saying towards the end of this episode, like, it only took so little for everything to go wrong, and that's the worst part of it all, is just knowing that if some little pieces or one small gear didn't fall out of place, we would be in a completely different situation. Um, and I think that's what hurts the most knowing about this show, is that they just pretty much gave all the memories to a kid that, already had it very rough, was being haunted down. And we come to find out that all of this stuff was the same person. Everything that's been happening to this boy, it's all because of his own father, man. And it tells you something about how just they wanted this show to go, and how the grandpa, one, he was like I didn't like the grandpa, he clearly was so lost in the whole delusion of the battle that he couldn't even see his own grandson when he was standing in front of him. And like the guy who said, or the man who's actually been there the whole time, this man has literally joined the cult of uh, of the grandpa, straight up blended in so well that the only reason why he really knows what was being said, or like he even got an inkling of information out of any of this, is because of the kid. Like, he would have stayed the way he was for longer if he never heard some of this information that was being shared. So it's just that type of story that they keep drawing these very, very cool narratives together and making it work so, so well. And I love it because not a lot of shows are giving us every angle of every character and why they did something or how they did something. We're seeing it all, and I think that's due to how many episodes are coming with this series. There's up to 30 plus episodes coming, so they already have a very, very great grasp of what they want to do over a span of time, and you can see that so clearly now with how much the kid has just changed. He got to call his grandpa for the last time, in the sense of thinking he was already dead, and at least you get to see him one more time, and you get to make him remember a moment that is the most precious thing ever to him, as close to or the same level as him having his daughter, meeting his wife, and even learning to become a doctor and who he was. So that's the type of stuff that you can't really get anywhere else. These are the types of storytelling that when you listen to it, when you see it, the animation looks so freaking crazy, but at the same time, you get kind of lost in this world that they're building up. And if you haven't got lost in it yet, I don't know how, but you'll soon be lost with me. Trust me, you will be lost. Guys, this show is absolutely amazing, and I can't believe that one of my favorite characters turned out to being one of the evilest people, which made a lot of sense seeing how he had so much personality and he had so much just different things going for him, like in the case of him, just his body being more modified and being catered to combat, because he knew that body was just a stepping stone for just to be speaking, and he knew his other body was out there still, the body that the grandfather now is protecting and even probably building more bonds with the person that he truly wants to be with. So here we go. It starts. We got a damsel in distress, and she seemingly could handle herself better than the kid could. And because she straight up threw herself in front of an attack, that's the only reason why we're really seeing her under any peril. So we'll see what happens. She'll probably break out midway through it or something and, you know, try to fight. Or she might not, just so she can just so the bad guy can say, oh, well, now I won't hurt him because you're not going to do anything, you know. So I can see that being the case with this show, because it's a smart move to keep her out of combat and to make this kid do a lot more than we've ever seen. But if I've seen anything with this show, some of these arcs can go relatively quick. So I wouldn't actually be surprised if we see that after all this is said and done, we're gonna probably see what's his fate? We're gonna see the main guy that does all the martial arts and stuff, but to see all of this being like brought up to the forefront, I'm pretty sure we are going to learn what this kid's memories are that he retained from his father, because he's already made a couple of moves that no one expected him to make. I feel like for him being so like just not as combat ready as everybody else in the show that we've seen so far, to see him do something like this already in the week's episode, I think we have a lot of learning of his potential skills in the future. So look forward to that. I am the Anime G, and I highly recommend you guys check out this anime. But I've been saying that for a while now, so if you haven't already, it's all good. I'll just enjoy it and keep talking about it with whoever is out there and wants to hear about it, man. It don't matter to me. And as long as it keeps dropping episodes, I will be there to watch them, guaranteed. So with that being said, everybody, I hope you have an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. And I am going to talk to you guys tomorrow, because I absolutely went ham today on the video. So I hope you guys enjoy the content, and I hope I can talk to you guys in the next one. Make sure you have the notification bell on so you get notified instantly when I drop my next video. And with that, everybody, peace.